Square root of 72 plus square root of 18 upon square root of 72 minus square root of 18 under square root. We have to simplify this. So first we will simplify each of the radicals. There are two methods that we can simplify this question. Let's use the first method. So in the first method we will first simplify the radicals itself. So square root of 72 we can write 9 times 8 under square root plus square root of 18 is 9 times 2 under square root upon square root of 72 again 9 times 8 minus 9 times 2 under square root, then all under square root. Now when a times b is under square root, we can write it as square root of a times square root of b. So this we can write square root of 9 times square root of 8 plus square root of 9 times square root of 2 upon square root of 9 times square root of 8 minus square root of 9 times square root of 2. Now square root of 9 we can take common in both denominator and numerator. So square root of 9 parenthesis square root of 8 plus square root of 2, then upon square root of 9 parenthesis square root of 8 minus square root of 2 under square root. Now square root of 9 is the common factor, so we can cancel it. Now we have square root of 8 plus square root of 2 upon square root of 8 minus square root of 2 under square root. Now to further simplify it, we will have to rationalize the denominator. For that we multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator, that is square root of 8 plus square root of 2. We multiply and divide by the same number because it's like multiplying it by 1. You can easily cancel them out and it's like multiplying them with 1. So no change in the question. Now if square root of 8 is a and square root of 2 is b, then it is in the form of a plus b times a plus b, and this is equal to a plus b whole square. So this we can write square root of 8 plus square root of 2 whole square, then upon, and the denominator is in the form of a minus b times a plus b, differences of square. So this we can write a square minus b square. So it will be square root of 8 square minus square root of 2 square under square root. This equals to square root of 8 plus square root of 2 whole square upon, we can remove the square root with this square, so it is 8 minus 2, or square root of 8 plus square root of 2, we can write it as under square root upon 6 under square root, because when a upon b is under square root, we can write it as square root of a upon square root of b. Now we can remove the square root with this square, so this is now square root of 8 plus square root of 2 upon square root of 6. Again in the denominator we cannot have a radical, so let's rationalize the denominator. So we multiply and divide by square root of 6. So square root of 6 times square root of 8 plus square root of 2 upon square root of 6 square. Remove the square root with the square. So this is 6 times 8 under square root plus 6 times 2 under square root upon 6. 6 we can write it as 2 times 3. 8 is 4 times 2 under square root plus again 2 times 3 times 2 under square root upon 6. So this is 2 square under square root times 4 under square root times square root of 3 plus 2 square under square root times square root of 3 upon 6. Now remove the square root with the square. So this is 2. Square root of 4 is 2 plus 2 times square root of 3 upon 6. So this is equal to 4 times square root of 3 plus 2 times square root of 3 upon 6. We take square root of 3 common. 4 plus 2 upon 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. So this is 6 times square root of 3 upon 6. 6 and 6 gets cancelled. So this is equal to square root of 3. This is our answer. Therefore, this is equal to square root of 3. Another method is we just use the rationalization here only and multiply and divide by square root of 72 plus square root of 18. So this will be square root of 72 plus square root of 18 whole square upon 72 under square root square minus square root of 18 square under square root. Again we can write it as 72 under square root plus square 18 under square root whole square under square root upon 72 minus 18 under square root. We remove the square root with the square. Now remove the square root with the square, or this is equal to square root of 72 plus square root of 18 upon 72 minus 18 is 54 under square root. Now 72 is square root of 9 times square root of 8 plus 18 under square root is square root of 9 times square root of 2, and 54 is square root of 9 times square root of 6. Now we cancel. Now we take square root of 9 common. The square root of 9 gets cancelled, and from here we can rationalize the denominator, multiply and divide by square root of. This gives us final answer square root of 3. So you can use any of these two methods. Which method did you like more? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.